Alright. Welcome, everybody. Your stream is not broken. I just hit it because turns out this is one of those games that just starts immediately, and I forgot to bring my my setting up card. So let me just hit new game here, and then I can unhide. And as always, with the audio, we're flying by the seat of our pants. So if it's too loud or too quiet, or something is not balanced right, please just tell me. Oh, actually, oh, is this not configured for controller? Interesting. Oh, it is. Okay. That was weird. One thing I should check, though, is if we have subtitles on. There is no option for subtitles, so I'm just gonna assume they're on. Don't make a lie out of me. Okay, what's my interact button? That's my zoom in button. That's my head tilt. Can I not? Okay, maybe I should play mouse and controller then. Mouse and keyboard.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house. I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Little mailbox.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
I'm sure that's fine.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral. In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know, or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Let's go down the small path. So, full disclosure, I've played this game before, but it was on PS4 quite a while ago.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent, as if they're about to say something but never do.
Ooh.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
Huh. Okay.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
Missing poster for the same boy. Milton Finch.
Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Okay, before we go inside, I'm gonna take a little bit of a detour around as far as the game lets me go. Because I don't think that I looked at this the first time I played. So this game came out during, I want to say, like the height of the quote-unquote walking simulator. Bonjour. And I think it does a really good job for just being so limited. It does the most with what it can do.
I heard something moving around in the garage.
We are going home, but it's a different home than Gone Home.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
Gary's potting mix. Still,
For the first time in years,
honestly, still in pretty good shape for being 7 years abandoned. I think that's what the narrator said.
I felt like I was home. But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
Louis Finch, in loving memory. Welp, we're gonna see that a lot more. Hey, takeout.
Like how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot. The table was still a wreck from the night we left.
How is that not
It
reeking
was
up
like
to
a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
Where is the mold? These cups that have the what looks like eyes on them, though these are a little bit creepy.
After Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got pretty sick of salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Molly.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth. Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
So, this visual, it's been abandoned for I think 7 years, is what the narrator said earlier. Um, but this visual with the books all all around the door, this is one of the visuals that I just remembered since my first playthrough, which might as well have been 2010, but it's probably like more 2016. But yeah, this door sealed up. We can look through the peephole, though.
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
I mean, you've seen what the kitchen and the like living room looks like. Do you really think this family really took a lot of value for being not chaotic? Okay.
Great Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
Barbara Finch. We'll learn about her later. It is Toby time.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
Stag beetle on the wall. Lots of beetles on the wall, actually. Ah, shit, I need to adjust the stream description. Can we use the... No. Can't use the seat lift.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes. Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
1937 to 1947. She had a very short life.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up. Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him. Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Okay, before we go through there, I'm just gonna take a look around on the left side here. Here we have Barbara's room. Also,
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
the original house. Barbara, 1944 to 1960, so she was 16.
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
You think this might be too many books? I'm not so sure.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara. Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Okay, who do we... Oh, Calvin and Sam. But only Calvin is written on the door. 50 to 61, so only 11.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
Yeah, that must have been pleasant for him. Oh, I think we found the youngest.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
this is Sven and Edie. Considerably older.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
The baby gets the toilet, yes. This game is not very long, so we might actually see what's up with that. Alright.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. But I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead. I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here, before my mom sealed the doors.
Alright. Calendar still on 1947. Yes, there's a boss encounter coming up.
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole.
Full disclosure, this game is not scary. It is in some respects pretty creepy. Yeah, hamster cage. It is in some cases kind of creepy. There are a few jump scary kind of things, but that's probably later in the game. What this game really deals with though, and you've kind of figured that from the doors, it deals a lot with death. Though, yeah, just as a little bit of warning.
Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
Okay, not hamster cage, gerbil cage.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
And now we're playing as Molly. The human, not the cat.
My Halloween candy was all gone.
Yeah, the swing scene is another visual
Mom,
that I
can I come out now?
remember a lot.
It's late. Go to sleep.
I kept eating and eating.
Toothpaste, delicious. Is there something else to eat in here? Because this felt like a second line. Oh, the gerbil food, of course.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it. Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat. I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Can I just... Oh, yeah, okay. Game just lets me jump that. what you feeding that gerbil? Hmm.
I jumped and I almost got her.
Get another good look from the house earlier in the century. Can I get on the chair? Probably.
I could tell she was getting really tired.
Never mind.
Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass. Rabbits. I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
More food. Bigger.
A mama rabbit. She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
Oh, print just in time. Yeah, this girl had some bad food.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
How do I... There we go. Oh, this is awkward with keyboard and mouse.
I wanted fat, juicy seals. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good. good smell went into an old pipe. I got closer and closer.
Hey, this room seems familiar.
All of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
So here we have the Finch family tree. We'll fill this out as we go along.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
She wasn't starving. I kind of skipped ahead in the sequence
I
a little
spent
bit.
a lot of time
But what
thinking
actually
again about
happened
Edie's
was
world.
Molly ate some mistletoe berries, which were in the bathroom. She poisoned herself and had like a fever dream. Oh, she was tripping. Yes, she was tripping.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
Dragon kills Finch. And there's Sven on the tree.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity. I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time. Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious. Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune.
And that's why we have names like Sven, because they originally come from Norway. How do I... Oh, okay.
Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
Yeah, you just could do that in the 1930s. Just pack up your house and leave.
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edith, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
You had to steal the land for yourself at that point still.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Alright, so that was a lot of info. So we have Edie, who likes to embellish a lot of the family history. And we have a
Edie knit
supposed
me a new pair of
curse.
gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones. Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
Louis, yeah. So it looks like all of the memorials are Grandma Edie's work. Alright, the door is still sealed, so we need to find another way out.
Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Oh!
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace. There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
Calvin.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Secret darkroom. Okay. Who made this house? Sam did. Not Sam. Sven. Sven did. I guess. But also, a lot of people did over time. Well, we'll probably get to that later. But Resident Evil ass house, indeed. Odin Finch National Park. So one of them really was into space, the other one really was into military stuff, huh? War photography. That makes sense. Sam Finch. Whoop. Nope. Edith. Up. Oh, there's a radiator.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin.
It
And
is
we never
Europe.
talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom, and he did. At Barbara's funeral, We swore he'd never be afraid again, and he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready!
Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it.
Can't go to dinner yet.
I
I'm
told
so
him
close to
going alone
flying.
was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that,
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
And boy, did he.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Oh no, Prin, we've moved on from the shark. We now found out how the astronaut died.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room. Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
It is a very Resident Evil ass house.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Orange tabby. Milton was here as well, apparently.
Growing
Welcome.
up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Welcome to Barbara's room. Bob Street.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Hmm.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box.
Alright, I
She wound
actually
the
have to
key. She
wind this.
listened for Rick, but the house was silent. She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Hell yeah. Oh, I probably have to smack this. Okay. Oops. There we go.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
So this is where Sven had his accident.
The old Finch rattled and grew still.
Oh dear! Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the Late Late Picture Show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Time to do some violence to our baby brother.
Walter, are you there?
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And young he was. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully.
Whack.
He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
I also like... This is probably not for trick-or-treaters, but why the apples? Sorry. Moving faster. He's gone.
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box was all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Okay. Now where's the way out? So the thing about Barbara is her fate is actually very ambiguous because obviously she wasn't eaten by monsters. But there are some theories, like the cops at the end of the comic, that it was her boyfriend who came back up into the room. On the table.
It's funny. All those times I played with the music box
That's
and
cake,
never
yeah.
found the basement key.
Oh. I guess we have to go back the way we came from, and then go to the
I guess
music
now
box.
I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Oh, we can just exit from here. Nice. shortcut unlocked. This is a Dark Souls game. Also, yeah, Walter's room is empty now. And they did fix. Well, the question is still if the railing ever got broken. Oh no, wait, you can actually see it. Okay, never mind. Yeah, somebody did fall down through that railing. So at least that part of the story is true.
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night. My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Alright, so we know about the music books. Might as well use it. Looks like a normal basement, to be honest. I still haven't played Tell Me Why, but I can see it, I guess.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot. I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
Okay, give me a moment here to increase some brightness, because I can't see shit. There we go.
I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that. I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
So this is Walter. Oh, where Walter ended up. Had his own little space in the basement. He lived until 2005. And still has 1,000 books.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly.
Delicious canned peaches.
And then one day, everything just
2005.
stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting.
No,
Or
like,
maybe I just got tired of being afraid.
like our narrator said earlier, she saw
It's been a week now.
Edie
The
Senior
longest
going
in
into the
30
basement with
years.
packages.
I'm done waiting. I have to leave. Well, I still can.
Yeah, it is a little bit ironic that he has like postcards from all over the world.
I know it's out there, somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly.
Peanut butter.
And Calvin.
Pork chunks. He even has his own little landfill.
Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left, or a month, or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here. I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
No one had therapy. I mean, it took him 30 years, but he eventually got over his agoraphobia. He was ready to leave,
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter.
but the curse had other ideas.
But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made. Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real. I don't know if I should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me.
Oh hey, little solar lamps. How
But I
convenient.
thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of. Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
Alright, back to the house. Sorry, lighthouse is off limits.
And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible.
Well, they even left the swing like this. Edie was very thorough when it came to immortalizing the family.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
That's a good point.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils are mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Derpy and Derpy Jr. Burpy, chirpy, furpy, lurpy, zerpy. Okay, they're not all in succession, but that's the kind of funny. Zoe, Coco, Tucker, Charlie, Daisy, Lucy. Oh god, there's more over here. Christopher, Bob, Oliver, Shadow, Shutzy, Bailey.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Of course it was Edie who designed this cemetery. Who else would have been? Died December 2010. Little cat for Molly. That... I'm not sure if you should immortalize Walter with just a little bit of, like, stone with a hole cut in. Barbara with a star.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
Oh. Oh no. Why is it still there?
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
Hey, free real estate.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
Gus, Gregory. Yeah, Gregory is the 1 year old. Not even one. No, yeah, 1 year, almost 2 years. Sam was the war photographer. I don't think we've seen Gus yet. Yeah, Gus is over here.
She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Milton.
We never found Milton's body, so my mom insisted we were putting up a monument, not a tombstone.
Oh yeah, no death date on it.
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself. But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant. I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
Why? Why the... Oh, these are very crude birdhouses. Okay, I get it. Still, like, I thought Sam was a tinkerer. Why wouldn't he just make, like, actual birdhouses? Huh. Let the house rot another year or 5.
They were both pretty intense.
Oh no, wait, Sam was the war photographer.
Sam
Yeah.
spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something.
Sorry, I confused Sam and Sven, yeah. I wonder why Sven doesn't have a memoriam. Airline ticket. To Finch. Is K on the... Oh, yeah, K. Probably Sam's wife.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Hmm? What? Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly imperfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. The camera's older than you are.
right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
Verb.
Aw.
More verb. Low poly word. Okay, what am I actually supposed to photograph? Oh, no. I thought it was just like the tree line. Nope. Nothing in the water. As far as I can see.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee.
Hold
Oh.
still while I take a picture of you.
I definitely won't be moving.
Are you done yet?
Does it sound like I'm done? Nothing quite like being outside. Oop. Little more gas in the tank, I guess. Hey!
That's a keeper.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Don, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph?
Fish.
Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip.
Dad!
Good eyes, Don. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I...
Just breathe. Turn off your imagination. Focus on your target. Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Great shot, Dawn!
I'm a great dad. So fucking great. Say cheese, Don.
I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay?
Oh, okay, he set a timer, that's why.
Sorry, Dawn, just gotta reset the timer.
Alright. Hustle.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about—
Dad!
all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Mm, 83 is when he died. When did Kay leave? Can we see anything? No, it doesn't say anything.
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Dude was surviving on MRAs.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
Finch control. Oh yeah, more child death. Can we start? Yeah, we can start with Gregory, actually. Oh, yeah, there we go.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
I am now controlling the frog. Ribbit.
Hand over, Gregory. It's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
love, Sam.
Well, it's not clear if he drowned. Again, this is just the
I can't
memoriam,
imagine my
I
mom
guess.
ever writing poetry, and yet
Because again, Barbara didn't get eaten by monsters. Oh, he drowned. Okay. Does feel a little bit sus to have the soap bottle in his little like shrine. He escaped down the drain. Yeah, he was so small. He went down the drain.
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom were the words that I
now
remember.
pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Oh, Gus is absolutely gonna ruin his stepmom's wedding, huh? Do we just turn the other side? Oh, oh, oh. Oh. Hey, I remember this thing being toppled over. Oh, those are the woods. Gotcha.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Hell yeah, Gus.
The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent. The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder."
Oop.
I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
she never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
I don't know if it was the tent, because if it was the tent, they would have found him because everybody else was inside the tent. Duties, Gregory, be a baby. Oh man, Sam was such a great dad. Raise the flag at 7:30 a.m. Kids, do 100 push-ups. Run to the mailbox and back. Room is sealed up. No playing outside without permission. No answering the door for strangers. No messes after dark. All chores done before dark. Respect others. Jesus. This is what happens when you leave the kids with a single dad, huh?
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
Yeah, so we're at Edith's mom now. Sanjay.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Start volunteering. At least that's what I think it says in the calendar. In India, yeah. India, 1987. No, it's not a vacation.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Lewis was born a year later.
We're very high up now, and I'm not sure about this missing railing here.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back.
Well, well,
And to
well.
see kids in the house again.
Edith Senior literally was like, look who came crawling back from India.
The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
And then, looks like Dawn homeschooled the kids. Mrs. Finch. Lose rules.
But it didn't last.
The curse. Where's the kitty chunk chart? But yeah, Dawn, as far as we can tell, doesn't really believe in the curse. and was trying to teach the children how to think objectively.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
No, Milton.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings. Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
You don't need to see permits for this building. The family just did whatever.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Yeah, Milton just up and disappeared.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors. Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Like Alcatraz. Yeah, it is an island. Oh, you can tell. You can tell this house doesn't have any like craftsmen left, and everything is just kind of
Mom
jury-rigged.
definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself.
He found the building permits. Oh
After
no.
he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room. Except Lewis.
Oh, whoops. Moved it in the wrong direction.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
Lewis liked it dank.
He was so proud of being Indian. I think for him, it was a way to be Something other than just a Finch. Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
He was a scrub.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery.
So, this is another segment that people remember from this game a lot.
In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander. I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about.
So,
Then something moved.
I'm controlling the arm with the mouse, and I'm controlling the little guy on the left with the vast keys.
And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then.
He found something more. Ultima 7.
Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians.
He was Lord British after all.
And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger. He no longer spoke at the cannery.
I do like the little parade
But his chopping
thing
was as
made out of
reliable as ever.
fish parts.
Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination, so he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville.
Louis was not great with names. Thinking about it.
St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis. Until one day he forgot to go home from
Minneapolis.
the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on. In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a
Let's go for the beautiful prince.
beautiful prince.
Louis, the problematic bisexual. Ooh.
The prince was on his own quest for sinister serpents.
Oh no.
He followed the sound of his
Electric sitar, clearly.
electric sitar. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound.
Can't even see the equipment anymore. It's just fish.
He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Weed. Imperial Palace.
He began to forget the world we know. I think
And half of
it
it
pained him to
Nintendo
remember
DS.
Louis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt. I still thought I could save him.
Bye, Louis.
Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions. Miss Calico who'd insisted on inviting him.
Oh, it's Molly. The cat, not the person.
His prince waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head. And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Why did the therapist know
My
the
brother
details?
was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
Well, only one person left on the family tree. Yeah, like it's ambiguous if he was actually just smoking still,
On the way back
still
from
consuming
Lewis's
the,
funeral, my mom told me to start packing.
or if he was just depressed.
She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed.
Packing peanuts.
But I understand why we left.
So, Lewis died in 2010. Edith was 11 at the time. Yeah. Oh, that's a lot of books.
My mom ended up leaving everything behind. What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
Edith. Verb.
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night. That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning, okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life.
I do not have an John left inside me.
I never thought I'd go back to it.
Don't worry about it. I don't think we need any more
When
Johns.
the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
Never mind. John.
I got turned around. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. but now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Good luck is right. Damn. Yeah, so that's what remains of Edith Finch. A bunch of kids made this game. Yeah, I really like this game, still. It's just a sweet short romp. Real good, yeah. I also like how ambiguous it is, in a lot of respects. Like, was there actually a curse, or is it just in everybody's head? Should have more turn-based combat. Also, some of the Finches just disappearing from the story. Although I think I accidentally skipped Sven's, like, memorial. There is still one thing left to do, though, because now we know there's a secret way. The house design is insane. I love the house design. It's of course, like, impossible, but I just love that it's like, yeah, every member of the Finch family has like its own little shrine inside the house. It's creepy as a concept. Like, just imagine living in a house where just your loved ones, like, shrines are all over the place. And their personal rooms get, like, turned into little museum pieces. Imagine living in a house, yeah. But yeah, there's one thing left to do after the credits, because now we know how to get into the library. If the game lets us. I don't think there's a secret ending. They even got the Annapurna people to post kid pictures, huh? I don't think... Didn't Annapurna get extremely restructured? So I assume most of these people don't work there anymore. Which is weird to think about. Trick or treats in my feed. Oh, that's actually nice, because when I played this game originally on PS4, there was no replay a story. It was just replay from the beginning or not. So if you were missing a specific achievement, like I was on the PS4 version, you'd have to go all through the entire game again to get to the point. Okay, no, Sven doesn't have a memoriam. Okay. Yeah, I think we found all of them then. Still weird that Sven didn't get one. But okay, since we want to check out the library, I have not played Journey. Journey is still on my list for, actually, maybe I'm gonna stream that. I feel like that's gonna be like a nice chill stream. So yeah, a nice touch if you know about the twist that you're not actually playing as Edith the entire time. These are, of course, the hands of Edith's child. If I can open the book, that would be nice.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house. I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
I just love how from the first time you see the house, you immediately know this thing is weird.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately. I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
It looks like a 14 dungeon, yeah.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Alright, see ya, Felix.
No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
There's that deer that killed Sam.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
Bambi revenge. Revengeance. Rules of nature.
I asked Edie once about the dragon in the pond. She said it had killed her husband. I was 6. It seemed like an odd joke to me, even then.
Little did I know it wasn't really a joke at all.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house. hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't.
So you have to go through the garage. Interesting.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
Yeah, thank God that doggy door was still there.
For the first time in years, I felt like I was home. Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
Ah, dang it. Okay, I thought maybe it would let us into the library on a New Game Plus, but doesn't look like it.
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
Maybe I have to look through the people first.
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
Nope. Okay, well done. That was anticlimactic. My bad. I thought for sure you could go into the library. Ah, but
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
she also lets go of the music box key, so you can't sequence break.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left.
Oh, I don't think I interacted with... Oh.
My
yeah.
mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture. Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
And then they just ran out of bricks.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Yeah, it looks like they intended to make the entire fireplace, but then they just awkwardly made a little curve here. Huh. Funny. Milton is an interesting case because his disappearance is... I didn't talk about it at the time, but his disappearance is kind of a reference to the other game this studio has made so far, which is the Unfinished Swan. Yeah. With all the black and white imagery. Yeah, it's a weird case, but yeah, he could have also just escaped. It's hard to say. Similarly, it's not sure what exactly happened to Barbara, but since whoever got her to leave made her leave a ear behind, probably nothing good for her. Sam, we know, died through karma. Molly Louis, of course, died. Yeah, everybody else pretty much confirmed death, except for Milton and maybe Barbara, if you have a charitable read on the situation. Gregory became a frog. He became a frog, not a fish. He transformed. Whoop. Just wanted to check Twitch who's streaming. And of course it starts auto-playing. Damn it. Ah, okay. Pretty quick. Nah, that's fine. In that case, I'm just gonna end it here then. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. No worries. But yeah, I'll try. I say that every time, but I'll try to stream more often from now on. But work has me in some kind of tizzy sometimes. Yeah, I hope you feel better soon. And yeah, thanks everybody who's here for watching me play a nice little creepy but not too scary game for Halloween. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you next time. Yeah, you're welcome. Bye.